Okay, I've gone ahead and finished drawing my lines, save time, and wanted to point out one thing to you. When I started over here, I had drawn a wire frame of my bridge, and then I added thickness to all my members. And then, if you notice, I started on the side and I did the inside of each one of these members. I'd already drawn this line, but I drew the inside. When I got to the midpoint, I went over to this other side and I started on the outside again and I worked my way back to the middle. You don't want to put all your secondary vertical lines on the left side, because then everything is shifted to the left. You want to shift the right ones to the left and then the left ones to the right. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the basic design of my bridge, but it's a bunch of squares except for the sides, which are triangles, and trusses are made of triangles. So I need to fix this. Now here's my design, and it looks like I have in the middle I have crossing diagonals, and then on the left I have a diagonal that goes from upper left to bottom right, and on the right I have one that goes from upper right to bottom left. So I'm going to draw those in and try to copy this as close as possible. I'm not going to include this center member right here because that would break the rules. Okay. So I'm going to do something with that though. So this thing crosses, and one of the things that you find out about trusses is that on these crossing members, you normally what they do is they cut all the members and they join them. On a real bridge, they join them in the middle with a gusset, and on these that's just impractical. So what you can do is you can have one member like this one that's solid, and then you have other members that are cut that attach to this. I'm going to show you that now. I drew my line for my diagonal, and now I'm going to give it thickness. So I'm going to make it 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm just going to draw two little lines. So here's one, and here's the other. Remember, it's being made out of 1/8 inch wood. And then I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to start here at this piece of wood, and I'm going to end at this piece of wood. Okay. Notice I can see exactly the angle that I'm going to have to cut this piece of wood because I've drawn it in my plan. Okay. Then from this, I'm going to draw my other diagonal, but I'm not going to go through this member. I'm going to stop at the member because these diagonals are not going to go through. They can't, obviously they can't pass through that member. So I'm going to draw my other 1/8 inch line and my 1/8 inch line, and then here we go. I'm going to draw this member, and I'm going to start here at the top, go just to the member, and then I'm going to go to the other side and finish. There we go. So these connect. These are two pieces. This is a solid piece. Okay. Now, on the other members, I have diagonals. So I'm just going to draw those as a wire. The lights keep going off. I'm trying to save electricity, and we have a motion sensor in the room, and I'm sitting here quietly at my desk with no students, and so the lights go off. Okay, there's that, and then the last one is drawn here right at the corner, and so I need to find out how wide this thing is, this member is, so that I can split the difference. And so this thing, let me see how many millimeters it is. It's like 5.8, and so we got 5. It's actually 5.9, almost 6. So almost 3, but not quite. So I'm gonna go right here, and then I'm gonna draw a line right here. There we go. There's my last diagonal, and then I'm going to make my 1/8 inch lines. As you can see, I'm trying to be very neat. I'm trying to go quickly, but I'm trying to be very neat. And here's my first member. Here's my second member. And run that in. Here's my third member. Okay, so I've got those. I'm going to come back and get these others in a second.